You're listening to Health Professional Radio. My name is Wayne Buckler, and my guest this morning is Stephen Eddey, Principal of Health Schools Australia. Stephen, welcome to Health Professional Radio.
It's great to be here again, Wayne.
Now, Stephen, I understand that this morning we're talking about male fertility.
Yes, male fertility, absolutely, because here's some stats to hit you up with to wake everyone up in the morning. 1 in 6 couples in Australia and New Zealand suffer infertility.
Wow, that's a much higher figure than I would have thought.
Yeah, same here. When I was doing research for this talk, I came across it. I went, whoa, okay. And to break that down, about a third of all infertility problems are due to male infertility. So, it's kind of like, when I was studying, medicine, natural medicine, 20 years ago, it was about, we've got to make sure the female's all right. The male's always all right. They've got millions of sperm. Don't worry about that. It's the female. But now we know it's 1/3 male, 2/3 female.
So what's been happening that brings this to our attention now?
Yeah, there was a big study released in the Journal of Urology about 2012, and they looked into men with infertility. And the scary thing is, because what's happening now, it's a great question, is that we're having children as we're a bit older. Now, I'm 46, and there are a lot of fathers that are fathering children, 40 plus. And so about a third of all men aged over 40 have one or more reproductive health problems. So, and it gets obviously more common the older you get. So back in the, my parents' era, they were having kids in their 20s, and then it drifted out to the 30s, and now a lot older. So the older you are, the less fertile you are.
See, there's many things that stop working when you get older.
Absolutely. We could talk about that all day. Just I've got to run a marathon this weekend, so let's hope I don't stop working on the weekend. So, yeah, so as we age, things do slow down a bit, unfortunately.
So what's being done to address this issue?
Well, that's a good question. The Journal of Urology 2012 took 228 men with unexplained infertility. They just, had sperm that were dead or, just not working. And so what they did, of course, was they then divided them up into 2 groups. They gave one group Ubiquinol, which is the reduced form of CoQ10, and the other form a placebo. And, of course, the study found that Ubiquinol was significantly effective in these men with unexplained infertility issues, supporting sperm quality, motility, density, morphology, all the angles they measured, it improved the sperm dramatically. So that's a good sign.
Yes, and that's a kind of side effects-free way of dealing with it too, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, Ubiquinol does have side effects in a way because, as we've spoken about before, Ubiquinol is extremely healthy for your heart and, reduces LDL oxidation and all these other good side effects. But absolutely, it also gives you a lot of energy, which is terrific. It's in high concentrations in the mitochondria, which is the energy part of the cell. So it's very good for your overall energy levels, and I'll be taking loads before the weekend.
That's an interesting way to look at it. It's good for marathons and for infertility. Yeah,
absolutely.
And what's the origins of ubiquinol? How did we come to discover it?
Yeah, well, it's found naturally in the body, and it concentrates in the areas such as the heart. And the reason for that is because the heart never stops working; it pumps 24/7. So it's already found in the human body in high concentration areas. And because of this, of course, we also consume foods with ubiquinol in it, like chicken and meat and spinach and a few other things. But the amount we need to get the levels of, say, in this case, 200 milligrams, is absolutely kilograms of these particular foods. So it's virtually impossible to get it to in optimal amounts in the diet. So supplementing is always a healthier way to go.
Yeah, I can see that supplements are necessary if you need to eat that much.
Yeah. I mean, I might eat that much after the marathon. I'll eat tons. Naturally, I wouldn't eat that much.
So, Steve, your advice then for people who are having issues is 200 milligrams as a regular, ongoing thing?
Absolutely. I take 200 every single day. I'm not, trying to be fertile as anything anymore. It's none of that sort of stuff, but it's just very, very good for your health. So I recommend to all my patients 200 milligrams a day. And, it just improves your overall health. Sure, it's great for your sperm and, it's great for your energy levels, but it's just good for preventing disorders. I mean, it promotes, healthy cardiovascular function. That's our biggest killer in this country. So as a side effect, your sperm become more fertile, but you become more healthy too and prevent disease.
You're listening to Health Professional Radio with Wayne Buckler. I'm in conversation with Stephen Eddey, the Principal of Health Schools Australia, and we've been talking about a supplement, Ubiquinol, particularly with a view to infertility in men, but also useful for many other things, it seems. Stephen, if there are no particular negative side effects with this, and it's readily available as a daily supplement, is there any downside at all?
No, there isn't. Obviously, talk to your healthcare professional before you're starting on new supplements in case you're on some meds that may, interfere with it. But, ironically, and here's another ironic story, is that the most common medication in Australia is a statin drug, which reduces cholesterol, and statin drugs naturally reduce coenzyme Q10 levels in the body, ubiquinol levels. So you actually, ironically, need to supplement CoQ10 when you're on a statin medication. So you can certainly talk to your doctor about that.
Sounds like good advice to me, Stephen. Thank you for your time this morning.
No problem at all, anytime.
You've been listening to me in conversation with Stephen Eddey, the Principal of Health Schools Australia, talking about male infertility and ubiquinol. If you'd like to see a transcript of this story, there's one available on our website at www.hpr.fm. There's also a SoundCloud archive, and you can find the interview on YouTube as well. This is Health Professional Radio. My name is Wayne Buckler.